रे मैया जय श्यामा गौरी। हरि शुंभ निशुंभ शुंभ निशुंभ विधारी महिषासुर घाती। शुंभ निशुंभ विधारी महिषासुर घाती। धूम्र विलोचन नयना श्रीन मदमाती। जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी हो मैया। जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी। Everybody बोले जय दुर्गे माँ। ब्रह्मानी ब्रह्मानी रुद्रानी तुम कमला रानी। ब्रह्मानी रुद्रानी तुम कमला रानी। आगम निगम बखानी तुम शिव पतरानी। जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी। जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी। और प्रणाम से जगदम्बा देवी। हरि चौसत युगनी गावत नृत्य करत भैरो। ओ चौसत युगनी गावत नृत्य करत भैरो। बाजत मृदंगा और बाजत के डमरू। जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी हो मैया। जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी। अम्बा भवानी माँ जगदम्बा भवानी माँ। 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 अम्बा भवानी माँ जगदम्बा भवानी। अम्बा भवानी माँ जगदम्बा भवानी माँ। अम्बा भवानी माँ। जय 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 हनुमान। जय 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 हनुमान। बजरंगबली की जय। As religious सब लोग, let us all take our seats. As we begin this beautiful night once more, to each and everyone who've taken this most beautiful opportunity in their life to be here, to adore, to glorify the Divine Devi, Adi Shakti, Jagadamba Mata, we say pranams, a special welcome to each and everyone. As we take an opportunity tonight once more to praise the Divine Devi, the Divine Mother, Goddess of the universe, the entire cosmos. We take this divine and auspicious time in our life to dedicate it to all the gods of the heavenly region. And as we are very lucky and fortunate just to be here to create the ambience, the energy, and to receive darshan, pranams. We touch your divine feet. As we praise the Supreme Goddess, it is said Lord Brahma worships her. Mahavishnu, he pays his reverence in her name. And Bhagwan Shambhu, he knows the time, the moments in which he will adore her form. And today we too, as humble children and devotees, we have come assembled at the feet of Durga Devi. At this time, Bhaktas, as we're about to begin this beautiful night, without further ado, let us all sit upright. Let us close our eyes so that we can join in the mantras of invocation, where we awaken the strength, the spark, the Shakti of Adi Shakti. And we join in our Omkar 3 times. वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा या देवी सर्वभूतेषु दुर्गारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु लक्ष्मीरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु सरस्वती रूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 प्रणव पवन कुमार कलबन पावक ज्ञान जासु हृदयागा बसहि राम सरचा पदम अतुलित बलदाम ईम शैलाभदेहम् धनुषवन कृशानं ज्ञानिनामाग्रगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानरानामधीशम् रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि उल्लङ्घ्य सिन्धोः सलिलं सलिलं यः शोकवहि जनकात्मजाया आजानते नैव ददाहलङ्का नमामि तं प्राञ्जन्याजलेयम् मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वाटात्मजं वानरयोत्तमोक्यं श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये ॐ श्री हनुमते नमः ॐ श्री हनुमते नमः ॐ श्री हनुमते नमः Adorations to the Mighty One. On this beautiful Mangalvar day, we touch the feet of His holy form, Shri Pavanaputra. Om Shri Hanumate Namaha. As we invoke your strength, the embodiment of divinity, we praise you through 40 verses of Shri Hanuman Chalisa. Shri Guru Charana Saroj Raja Nijamana Mukura Sudha Varanau Raghuvara Vimala Jasu Judaya Kupalacha Buddhina Tanu Janiki Sumiro Pavana Kumar Balabuddhi Vidya Devamui Arukalisha Vikas. With one voice all together. Pavana Sudha Hanuman ki loudly all together. Bajrangbali ki jai. Jai ho. Jai Hanuman Gyan Gun Sagar Jai Kapesh Tiyo Loka Ujagar Ramaduta Tulita Baladhama Anjani Putra Pavana Sutanama Mahavira Vikaram Bajrangi Sumati Neva Sumati Ke Sangi Kanchana Varana Viraj Suvesa Karana Kundala Tujite Kita Mahavir Valavanta Mahavira Valavanta Jai Hanuman Mahavir Valavanta Pavana Putra Hanuman और ध्वजा विराजय कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साज शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बस महावीर बलवंत महावीर बलवंत जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंत पवन पुत्र हनुमान जय श्री राम सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाए सजीवन लखन जय आई श्री रघुवीर पुत्र हनुमान। सहसवदन तुम रोज सगावे, अस कही श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद शारद जगदीसा। यम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कह सके कहाते। तुमो पुकार सुग्रीव केहा, राम मिलाय राज पर दीना। महावीर बलवंता, जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता, पवन पुत्र हनुमान। तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। युग सहस्र योजन पर भानो, लील्यो ताहि मधुर पल जानो। तवो मोहिका मिले मुकमाई, जल दिलांगे गए चर जनाई। दुर्गम का जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे जेते। महावीर बलवंता, महावीर बलवंता, जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता, पवन पुत्र हनुमान। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होतना आज्ञा दिन पैसारे। सब सुकला है तुम्हारी शरणा, तुम रक्षक का हो को डरना। आपण तेज समारो आपै, तीनों लोक आंकते कापै। भूत पिशाच कट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। महावीर बलवंता, महावीर बलवंता, जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता, पवन पुत्र हनुमान। जय श्री राम। नासै रोग हरय सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साज। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन पल पावे। महावीर बलवंता, महावीर बलवंता, जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता, पवन पुत्र हनुमान। प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियार, साधु संत के तुम रखवारे। असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नव निधि के दाता, सबर दी जान के माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। महावीर बलवंता, महावीर बलवंता, जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता, पवन पुत्र हनुमान। तुमरे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबरपुर जाय, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित नर रही, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करही। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरै हनुमत बलबीरा। महावीर बलवंता, महावीर बलवंता, जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता, पवन पुत्र हनुमान। महावीर बलवंत पवन पुत्र हनुमान जय हनुमान 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 महावीर बलवंत पवन पुत्र हनुमान 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 पवन तनय संकट हरणं मंगलमूर्ति राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुरभो पवन सुत हनुमान की जय बजरंगबली की जय. We're about to dive in the golden pages of our beautiful Devi Bhagavatam. As you're about to receive nectar of the Divine Mother, for the past 2 nights, we have been listening to different forms and different energies of Adi Shakti. Unlike the common forms like Durga Ma, Lakshmi Mata, Saraswati Devi, we're about to see another beautiful form. On the first night, which form did we see? Do you all remember? All those who were here? Last night, what was the name of the Devi we actually read about? She was called what? Manasa Devi. Tonight, we're about to see a different form. Before we go in depth with our message, once more, on behalf of the members of this beautiful mandir, we say a special welcome to each and everyone. Pandit Gopalji, once more it's a blessing to be in your company. I see we have also one of my brother Pandits, Pandit Dev. Bhaiji, you can come to the front and join us as well. And to each and everyone who would have come, my mother who has come to join with us, members of the Celestial Gandharvas, and to each and everyone who have come to receive darshan of that universal Lord. To bhaktas and devotees of the various mandirs who are here, my brother Rishi once more, to you and to the members of the Lachushod Shiv Mandir, to your wonderful family, we say namaskar, special welcome. And to all other devotees who are hailing from far and near just to be here to receive darshan of Devi Mata. It is where we create the energy in this divine spot, allowing it to be an uplifting one. One that will take away our troubles, our miseries, our distress, and the energy that will motivate us to become a realized soul of the divinity of the Mother. When we join in our scripture tonight, we're about to speak of a beautiful mandir. A mandir that has been constructed in the beautiful regions of Himachal in Bharat and in India. It is said is one mandir that is known throughout this beautiful area. One in which many people go to worship Adi Shakti. It is one of the higher regions of Shakti Pitas. Do you all remember what we meant the first night when we spoke about the Shakti Pitas? What is a Shakti Pita? When you hear that name, what comes to mind? What do you think? Just to reiterate and to recap, in a nutshell, it is said when Sati Devi burnt her body, Lord Shiva became angry. And he came down to the spot. And he saw Sati Devi's body 3/4 burnt. And becoming so angry, he took the remnants of the body that was there and he was about to take it back to Kailash Parvat. But he went up in mid-air, and before he could go to Kailash Parvat, he started to cry, he started to feel hurt, he started to feel pain, and he started to shed that tear. And with all the hurt that he was going through, it is said, he decided to split the body of the mother in all directions. The body fell in different parts of the world. And where these body parts fell, they were then called Shakti Pitas. The different spots of the body of Adi Shakti. While there are the different parts of Adi Shakti Mata, there are average 51 Shakti Pitas, which means there are 51 parts of the body of the mother in different parts of the world. On the top of a mountain in Himachal, it is said one very powerful part falls there. the tongue of the mother falls right there. It is said the tongue of the mother, when it fell out of the mother and it fell to the earth, it fell like a flame, like a fire, like a light, and it dropped at that spot in Himachal. And where it fell, the people of the village, the people who are around, they're realizing now that this is a flame that has been there. They didn't know where the flame came from. They didn't know how to acknowledge the flame. Even in today's world, it is said for 20 years, scientists went to the spot looking to see if there's a special gas that is allowing this flame to be kept alive. If there's some form of fuel that is fueling this light so that it remains lit. And for 20 years, nobody could find where the gas is coming from for this light to keep lighting. So they've forgotten all about it, and they say, you know what, forget about it. We don't know where this light is getting the energy from, just let it be. But a beautiful mandir has been constructed in that spot. And today, many people go there to see the light. Now, how much light does it have? And how much power does it have? Our message will go in depth now. But before we do so, we will sing for Devi Mata. And I know you know this one. So as we awaken the spark of Devi Jagadamba, we sing all together. Durge, 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 Jai Jai Ma. Durge, 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 Jai Jai Ma. Everybody boliye. One voice, pyari, with love for the Divine Mother. Umapati Mahadeva ki, Jagadamba Devi Mata ki. We sing with love. Durge, Durge. Kya hua? Everybody boliye, pyari. Durge. And one more time by yourself now. Durge. Kya baat? We sing with love. Jai ho! Durge, 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 Jai Jai Ma. Durge, 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 Jai Jai Ma. Om Dum Durgaya Namaha. Jai Jai Ma. Everybody. Jai Ambe. Amba Bhavani Ma. Jagadamba Bhavani Ma. Amba Bhavani Ma. Jagadamba Bhavani Ma. Amba Bhavani Ma. Jamba Bhavani Ma. Ma Ma Ma. Amba Bhavani Ma. Jagadamba Bhavani Ma. Ma Ma Ma. Amba Bhavani Ma. Jagadamba Bhavani Ma. Amba Bhavani Ma. Jamba Bhavani Ma. Jagadamba Bhavani Ma. Jagadamba Bhavani Ma. Durge, 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 Jai Jai Ma. Durge, 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 Jai Jai Ma. Durge, Jai Jai Ma. Durge, Jai Jai Ma. वृंदावन में हरिलाल की आज शक्ति दुर्गा माता की जय. As we begin our message, taken from the golden pages of Devi Bhagavatam, we're about to speak of one of the incarnations of the mother, and we're about to speak of one of the Shakti Pitas of the mother. It is where the tongue of the mother fell on the earth at a beautiful Parvat on the top of a mountain. It is said every one of the body parts fell everywhere on the earth. But higher than all the other parts of the Shakti Pitas, the tongue held the highest point of energy. It is said when the tongue fell on the earth, Mahadev, he saw that spot. And it is said through a divine vision, he decided to release part of his energy and send the energy to the earth to protect the light in which the tongue would have upkept. And the form in which he took in order to save Devi Mata and to always protect her even till this day was that form that is called Kala Bhairava. So when you go to this Parvat and when you go to this mountain, while you're climbing and you reach Quarterway, you will see a huge Kala Bhairava Murti. And after paying pranams to Kala Bhairav, then you will be able to go above and you will see the light on the Parvat. There are many lights. It is said when the tongue fell, wherever the little droplets of the blood fell alongside the tongue as well, there were lights everywhere that started to spring about. For 20 years, people tried to find the source of gas, the source of the energy that is allowing the light to flow, to keep lighting even till this day. If you go for yourself and you climb up the mountains and you go and you see a flame on the earth just like this, you're going to ask yourself, well, where is it coming from? And there's no hole in the ground and there's nothing there. And day and night it just lights. How does it start? How does it end? It doesn't end. It's just lighting continuously. And today, many great saints will go and they will sit and meditate. Many people will go there to burn their troubles and their problems. Many people will go to worship the Divine Mother. It is said in the days of Dwapar Yoga, to those who didn't know, the Pandavas, they were sent into the forest in exile for how many years? Pandavas went in the forest for exile. In Ramayana, Bhagwan Shri Ram had gone in exile for how much years? How much years? 14 years. In Mahabharata, the Pandavas were sent, they were exiled into the forest for how much years? For? Naman. For how much years? 12 years. And the deal was, as they were playing a game of dice and they were gambling. I don't remind me who this gambler again here? A little gambler, right? The Pandavas were gambling. And when they gambled and they lost, they were sent into the forest for 12 years. And the deal was, they will be sent for the 12 years. But on the 12th year, the last year, if any one of them they are seen in that last year, you go back for the next 12. So it was the last year, the 12th year. And they were finding a way to hide. They wanted to find a spot where nobody could find them. But who to trust? Who do you trust with your secrets? Who do you trust with your stories? Who do you trust with your life? Is it somebody that takes your message and throws it out to the world? Is it somebody who listens to you and allows it to soak in and they analyze and try to help you in whatever way they can? Do you trust people in your life who gives you a motivational answer to the problems that you're going through? Or do you trust people that take your life and just throw it on the road? Who are the people you're holding on to? The 5 Pandavas met with the last year, and if anybody sees them on that year, they have to go back in the forest for another 12. So you know what? They wanted to leave where they were. They were living in a village. They had disguised themselves, but they were living in a village. And they decided that we will leave this village and go to the friend's village that they know really, really well. But while 4 of the 5 of them decided that we will go to the friend, one of them says, but you know what? There is no money that will be given to anybody who sees us on the last round. Are you really willing to go to even your best friend? Because your best friend can be caught up by Maya in the world, and out of probably wanting money, he might sell you out. Who to really trust? In the fit of the materialistic things of the world, your best friend will sell you out. In the midst of achieving anything material in the world, the closest person to you will be willing to throw you away. So who to hold on to? So the 5 of them wanted to hide and they don't know where to hide. So they decided to keep climbing up the Parvat, and they were going up a mountain. And they saw a village. And Arjuna said to them, he says, my brothers, nobody in this village knows us. Look, we've never climbed so high in the mountain. Nobody knows us here. So you know what? Let's hide here in this village. But in order to hide, we don't want anybody to acknowledge who we are. Just for sure, if anybody acknowledges our face and they decide to find us, let's hide properly. So to disguise themselves, Arjuna, Bhim, Nakula, Sahadev, Yudhishthir. Nakula says, here's what, you know what? I will disguise myself as a person who sells vegetables in the market. I will tie up my head. I will change my form with sacred mantras of magic. And I will go to the markets and I will keep an eye out. If anybody were to come, I will see them. Bhim says, well, you know, I like to eat. I like to eat. Anybody here like to eat? Your belly is your first priority? Yeah? He says, you know, I like to eat. So I will go to the places that have the dhabas, that cook the food and sell the food. And I will disguise myself in the kitchen. In that way, I won't be miserable. I can eat how much I want, but I will disguise myself as a cook. And nobody will recognize me. It is said to Yudhishthir. He says, I will go to the men who go out into the streams and they catch fish and so on. And I will just clean up the place and I will stand guard so nobody comes to find us. Arjuna, he says, well, I will go a little higher up in the mountains and I will look down at everybody. I will make sure everybody's safe. And while they have all spread out themselves into society so nobody could find them, 6 months have passed. 7 months have passed. They're coming close to the 1 year, the last year in which you'll be seen. And they decided to pray in order to be saved. And who did they pray to? They were given an advice to pray to Adi Shakti, Jagadamba Mata. And they decided to pray. At night, they will hide. It made me think about our ancestors when they came from the ship. Our ancestors came to Trinidad and they had to hide. Wherever they had a little spot to sleep and to stay, they would hide, and in the middle of the night they would get up and everybody will surround themselves in a circle and somebody will look out and say, okay, make sure nobody catch us. So what do we learn? We learn Shri Guru Charana Sarojaraja. See if anybody who can wait. Nobody come in. Alright, let me go again. Nejama. Somebody come in. Let's stay quiet. We sleep in. Nobody go find us. Are they gone? Varanao. How did we learn Hanuman Chalisa? Our ancestors brought it for us on the ship. They chanted it along the path so nobody would catch them. They chanted it for strength. They prayed to the mother. They did many kinds of worship. They used what they had and they made worship out of it. And they did devotion out of it. And they survived and they shed it down along the generation for us to learn like we are learning today. And the 5 Pandavas, they've started to worship Devi Mata. And an old man comes up to them. And he looks at them as a saint. And he says, I know who you all are. They stopped for a second and they said to themselves, no, what are you talking about? I'm going back and cook. I have a long day. I have to work. I'm going back into the fields. I have to take care of the vegetation. And the great saint said to them, he says, what are you talking about? I know who you are. If you want to win this war, climb a little more on top of the mountain and you will know where to stop and where to pray. And when they started to climb, they saw a cave, and within this cave, they saw a light, and the light was lighting, and the light couldn't out, and they wondered, who lit this light here? How come it's not outing? Who lit this fire? But nobody was there, and they looked around, and there was more than one in little caves everywhere, and nobody was seen to be there to light or to keep up this fire. And even in this holy spot, the 5 of them sat down and they prayed to the mother. What is the name of the mother we are speaking about? If anybody could tell me before we finish tonight, you'll get a gift. It's more than $75 and it's less than 101. Figure it out. The mother, she resided in a cave, and even along the ages, it is said the Pandavas, they worship the mother. Now there comes a time now, even in the age of Dwapar Yuga, he's going from place to place because he misses his Lord. And he doesn't know where to find him. So everywhere he realizes, I feel I've been here already. Maybe I walked along this path with my Lord. Maybe I stopped somewhere along this path. And he will search because he misses his Lord. And on that particular day, he landed on that Parvat. And he saw a light from a cave. And he remembered the same thing that happened when he saw Sugriv. And when he saw Nal and Neel and Jamwant. And he decided now that he will enter the cave thinking he will see his Lord Sri Ram. But there was no Sri Ram. There was a light. And before he could leave, he paid his pranams. And the mother said to him, she says, Pavanaputra, I will be here on the earth just like you. I will wait for the Lord to come back into the world. And while we are here, remember, I am a mother. And if you need anything, my son, you can come to me. And before he left, he said it out aloud. Jai Shri Ram! Everybody, Pauna Sudha Hanuman ki! मेरे जो परी के भाग आज खुल जाएंगे राम आएंगे. When are you going to come, Lord? I'll be waiting every single day. And I will go from the mountains to the mountains, and I will wait, and I will chant your name, and I will call you, and I will wait. And today, when you go to the mandir, halfway or quarter way, there's a Bhairav mandir. You go to the peak of the mandir, and you see Devi Mata, in that name I'll tell you at the end. And then next to the mandir, you will see a little murti of Bajrangabali, and there's a huge red flag that is standing next to it, representing the presence of the Lord. Ram aayenge, aayenge, Ram aayenge, Ram aayenge, aayenge, Ram aayenge. Mere jo pari ke bhaag aaj khul jayenge, Ram aayenge. Everybody. राम आएंगे तो अंगना सजाऊंगी, दीपा जल के दिवाली मनाऊंगी. क्या बात? राम आएंगे तो अंगना सजाऊंगी, दीप जल के राम झूलेंगे तो पालना झूलाऊंगी, मीठे मीठे मैं भजना सुनाऊंगी। राम झूलेंगे तो पालना सजाऊंगी, मीठे मीठे मैं भजना सुनाऊंगी। मेरी जिंदगी के सारे दुख मिट जाएंगे, राम आएंगे। मेरे झोपड़ी के भाग आज खुल जाएंगे, राम आएंगे। Everybody प्यारी जय श्री राम। मेरे झोपड़ी के भाग आज खुल जाएंगे, राम आएंगे। राम आएंगे आएंगे राम आएंगे, राम आएंगे आएंगे राम आएंगे। मेरे झोपड़ी के भाग आज खुल जाएंगे, राम आएंगे, 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 राम आएंगे। वृंदावन में हरि लाल की जय। Today it is said, my friends, Bajrang too was worshipped for going to this holy spot. It is in this age of Kali Yuga now, many years ago. It is in a time when, as it is said according to the names of Bharadesh, Akbar and the Mughals, they were living around the villages that were surrounding this Parvat. There were also great saints and bhaktas who would have traveled and gone to the mandir every single day. But in rulership of the empire that is around that space, anybody who wanted to climb up the mountain, they would always be faced with warriors and people and guards who would have stopped them. So one day a great saint, he decides to climb up the mountain to do devotion. But he didn't go by himself. He took about 1,000 people with him. He gathered a lot of people together and they decided that they will go together and they will worship Devi Ma. So they were heading up the mountain. And before they could start to climb the Parvat in itself, some of the guards, they came and blocked them. It is said the Rajput of that village, that state at that point in time, heard that many people, about 1,000 people, they were about to climb up the mountain. So he decided to put an end to that because he wanted to fight for the space and the land. When he heard about 1,000 people, he jumped on his chariot and he held on to the reins of his horses and he decided to go to the spot. And he saw everybody stopped by all the warriors. And he asked, "Who's the leader of all of you?" And the saint put up his hands and he says, "I am the leader." It is said when the saint put up his hands, there were many of the people who were ready to walk. There were many people who came with horses because they were about to climb. There were many people who came with donkeys. There were many people who came with their carts because they were prepared to climb and to go on a journey of a pilgrimage to climb and to go to the top and to see this beautiful mandir. And while they were ready to go, the king, the Rajput, he decided to stop them. He says, "Nobody will climb this mountain today. Why are you going up to this mountain? Why are you going up this high?" And the saint said to the Rajput at that point, he says, "We are going to the temple of the Divine Mother. Where the light is lit, we're going to pray to that Divine Devi." And the Rajput decided to ask now the great saint, "What do you get out of praying to that Devi? What is the outcome of worshipping that Devi?" And my question to you tonight is, what do you get out of worshipping Adi Shakti? What do you gain out of worshipping Devi? In this time or in the time of Navratri, millions of people around the world, they go to the mother temple and they glorify her in many forms and manifestations. In her 9 forms of Nau Durga, they worship her in different rupas, and they praise her name by the millions. What do you get out of prayer? Everybody came here tonight. You sacrificed. You came home early. You dressed yourself. You prepare yourself. Some came and they decided to worship the little girls, the kanyas. They took it upon themselves to do puja. You came and you decided to sing and to clap and to chant. What do you get out of devotion? Anybody have the answer to that? Some people say we get knowledge. Some people say we get a vibe, we get an energy. Some people say we get joy. Some people say we get a peace of mind, a mental state, a peace of mind, because that's what we want. Some people get blessings. What do you get out of it when you worship Devi Mata? And the answer is simple. Everything. You get everything out of it. That which is manifest and that which is unmanifest. You get life, you get joy, you get success, you get peace of mind, you get finances, you get a proper life. You are allowed to put your life together if it's messed up when you worship Devi. And the saint says, the mother will bless us with anything that we want. And he grabbed one of the horses and he jumped on one of the horses and he says, everybody, we will go to the top of the Parvat. And the Rajput, he reinforced his entire army and they blocked the spot in which everybody was about to travel. And the Rajput walked up to him and he says, today you want to defy my rules and you want to walk ahead in front of everybody? Well, I will show you today the power of the king of this place. I will show you what we can do. And if you think that you have the power to distract me and you have the power to hurt any one of us as we are part of the kingdom, let me see your strength, O great saint. And he's saint sitting on top of the horse. He looks at the Rajput and he says, you know what, as a saintly person, I'm not here to fight. Saintly people don't fight. Anyone of you just fight? I'm not talking about this, you know. Sometimes we fight with my mouth too. Saintly people do not fight. Saintly people create peace wherever they go. Saintly people calm down a situation wherever they go. Saintly people walk in the midst of an argument and before you know it, they calm down everything. Are you saintly or are you unsaintly? Are you the one that calms down a situation or are you the one that starts the situation? Jai Narayan. Well, today, Katha tells us that the saint sits on the horse and he says, I'll tell you something. The power of the mother is so much, Rajput. I'll tell you, she's so powerful that even you can't understand the divinity of Devi Mata. He says, I will climb and I will go up with this horse no matter what. And you know what? The Rajput held on to the rein of the horse and he pulled the rein of the horse this way. And when he pulled it, he says to one of his ministers, give me one of your sword. And he lifted his sword in the air. And it is said with one swipe, he cut off the head of the horse in which the saint was about to use to go up. The head of the horse fell to the ground right there. And when it fell there, the saint looked and he said, what did you do? Look at what you did. And he says, you have to prove to me today the power of your God. And if you prove the power of your God that you're worshiping, you will get back your horse. And if you prove the power of your God, I will clear the entire pathway. And from that moment, when you prove me wrong, you'll be able to travel up and down as much as you like and as much as your will takes you. And that day, the saint says to him, you know what? I will do it. He leaves and he walks and he turns around and he tells the 1,000 people, everybody wait, don't worry, I will come back. He looks at the horse that is there and the head that is on the ground and he says, Rajput, I will give you 1 month. Preserve the body of the horse and preserve the head of the horse. And I give you my word, I will not return until everything is okay. He starts to climb up the mountain. And while he's going up, he sees a stream that is coming down. And when he sees the stream, he takes a moment to take a deep breath. He partakes of some of the water and he continues to climb the mountain. He reaches now at the top of the mountain. What does he see? He sees the light. He doesn't see one light. he sees about 10 lights. He sees one light in a little cave on this way. He sees a little bigger one. He sees a smaller one this way. There's another little light from a little hole that he could see from. But we are at the top of the mountain. He can't understand. And then at the middle of it all, he sees a huge flame that is about 3 feet tall. And he says, "You are there, Maya. You are Adi Shakti." And he goes up and he says, "Ma, have you seen what we, your devotees, have to go through in the world? Maya, have you heard and have you seen what is happening to your bhaktas? Your devotees want to come and pray to you. The devotees just want to adore you, but we are being blocked by negativity. When you want to pray and people stop you, when you want to go do your devotion and people stop you, it is negativity in the world and in the age of Kali Yuga that will try to break your concentration. It is the evil forces of the world that will stop you from prayer, and you have to be the bigger person and fight it. You have to be the bigger person and stand up, and when you say prayer, prayer is powerful." And he decided now to take out his kamandalu, and he decided to pour some water in his hand, and invokes the energy of the Divine Mother in the form of Ganga Devi as he's about to worship this Adi Shakti. It is said he had taken the water from the villagers and he brought it up there. Listen, it is said this beautiful song says that while these villagers were sitting and they were washing their clothes and they saw the saint coming to take out the water, they stopped what they were doing and they walked into the midst of the water and they took a clean dip of water into the kamandalu. And they said, "The Dhobi," they said, "Saint, wherever you go, pray for us." Dhobiya jal bich marat piyasa, Dhobiya jal bich marat piyasa, Dhobiya jal bich marat piyasa, Dhobiya jal bich marat piyasa. Everybody bole. जल में तार पिया नहीं मूरत, जल में तार पिया नहीं मूरत। जल में तार पिया नहीं मूरत, अच्छा जल है कासा, अच्छा जल है कासा। अपने घर के मरम न जाने, अपने घर के मरम न जाने, कर दो बिया आशा, दो बिया जल बीच मरत बियासा, दो बिया जल बीच मरत बियासा। Have you ever heard somebody standing in the middle of the water and say they're thirsty? You'll ever experience that? It's a funny thing. You go to the beach and you're walking and you're waist height in water and there's water all around you, but you say, "You know what? I'm feeling thirsty." We are in the midst of Atma Gyan, Bhakti Gyan, Vairagya, and yet we are thirsty. We are in the midst of all the energy that is now being created to help you heal yourself from anything in the world. But yet with the mentality we have, we are still asking, "Bhagwan, can you know now?" Yet the heart is grieving with thirst. Yet the mind wants, yet the body wants, Yet the cravings are there in the midst of all the energy of the Divine Lord. Why ask? It is already there. Revel in it, dance in it, enjoy the moments that the Lord has brought before you. And we are lucky to be here. So don't just sit there. Where the hands? Everybody. Chiname do biaro vai dhova. 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 Chiname hova udasa. अपने बंदे कर्म के रासरे अपने बंदे कर्म रे रासरे अपने घर के पारा डूबिया जल बीच मरद पियासा डूबिया जल बीच मरद पियासा Said every single day when we go to take a shower, the bhajan says you're looking for soap in order to clean your skin and clean yourself. But like yesterday we mentioned briefly, when you want to shed out the rough edges, you use sandpaper to clean out something. When you want to shower and clean your body, you use soap. But when you want to cleanse your nature, your character, your morality and your value and who you really are, it is only the Sankirtana and the chanting of God's name that can do that. It is said the soap will clean the physical body, but Nam Sankirtana will clean and purify the thoughts. With a purified thought, mind and consciousness, you can think properly, you can see the world properly, and you can achieve anything that you want to achieve in the world. But purity of thought is important. एक रात को जोरी लगावे एक रात को जोरी लगावे एक रात को जोरी लगावे दुयो भर के मासा दुयो भर के मासा कह कबीर सुनो भय भाई कह कबीर सुनो भय भाई साधु वंट के सपासा तुया गल बिच मरद पियासा डोबिया जल बिच मरद पियासा डोबिया जल बीच मरद पियासा डोबिया जल बीच मरद पियासा वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय everybody loudly बजरंगबली की. It is said when the saint walked up and he saw this huge light, he started to question himself. Look at how powerful Devi is, and a mere man on the earth questions. Do people come in your life and question you about your God? Sometimes even we question. We are living our daily lives and we get into our routine and we tend to forget the actual power of the energy of our Lord. We pray and we say, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Bajrangabali, Jai Ambe Ma, Jai Durga Ma. But even though we are saying it sometimes, it's coming out of the mouth and the power is not there. Where is your power for God? Where is your true love for God? Whether you have your good days or your bad days, when you sit, there must be a discipline within you that as long as you see the deities, everything within you should be offered at the feet. Whenever you look at the murtis and the deities, and for example, you're sitting here tonight, you're looking at Adi Shakti, Durga Devi Mata, her wonderful form. Whatever you're going through in your life, good, bad, ugly, whatever it may be, whatever you had in your day, whatever good you had, whatever bad you had, when you sit there, you cast away everything and you shed it away. And you sit before Devi Mata and we say, Maya, with all my love, I sing for you, I clap for you, I glorify you. Have the mentality of not wanting something. Have the mentality of just praying. Have the mentality of just giving your all. That's it. And everything else will fall in place. Stop asking. Mother knows your heart and your mind. He kneels down before the light and he puts his hands together and he says, Maya, 1,000 devotees wants to come and pray to you, but look what is happening in our region. Nobody can come. Maya, a horse has now been destroyed. His head has fallen. Maya, please bring light. Do a miracle. This Rajput wants to see a miracle. Please, Maya. And he sits and he prays. Have you ever tried praying and you're not getting the result and you start to question? Have you ever tried praying and you're offering your jal and you're lighting your diya and you're making the best offering and you're going yagya after yagya and still you're saying, I don't know why my life can't fix? And we question again and again. Every time a problem comes, the Lord will test you. And we might say, but how much test will I go through until it is right? You will go through enough tests from day to day, every moment, until your approach becomes right. Until life in your mind becomes right. When you realize that you're fighting, doing devotion and many a times, and the things that you want in your life is not working out for you, try a different approach. Don't give up. Try a different approach. Try thinking to yourself. Have you ever heard of the Swami who wanted to gain moksha? He sat down and he wanted to go directly to God. He gave up food. He gave up water. He gave up material things in the world. And he sat down and for years all he did was sat down and meditate. I want to go to God. Om Har Har Mahadev, I want to go to God. And years are passing and he can't go to God. And he became angry one day and he says, Prabhu, I have given up everything in the world. What else should I give up? And the Lord manifests and he says, even the one thing to come to me is a desire. Give up that desire too. Just let it be. Just come. It only takes the higher beings to reach that level. But if we don't start, how will we ever reach anywhere? Start the renunciation of the mind with the world. The saint kneels down and he puts his hands together and he says, Maya, what to do again? Jai Jai Ma, Devi Ma. Ma, please listen to my cry. Ma, please listen to my prayer. Ma, please listen to my words. And even then, the mother, she's in the skies and she's seeing her great devotee begging for help. But she's waiting for the right moment. It is said in Ramcharitramanas, Bhagwan Sri Ramachandra, he decided that he had to go and fight Ravana and he wanted to retrieve Sita Devi Ma. And while he was waiting, he had crossed the ocean and he was wondering how to do it. He's about to fight a mighty one with a huge army. Even though he has his army, he says, I need a bigger protection. And Sri Hanumanji held him by the hand and he says, Prabhu, before we wage this war, let us pray to the Divine Mother. Let us pray to that Murti that I've seen in front of Lanka and let us adore her form. And the Lord walked up and when he saw the Murti of which Devi? Which Murti stood in front of Lanka? You all know? A Murti of who? Mother Kali. She was in front of this place. And Sri Hanumanji, he said to the Lord, put hands together and let's worship her for 9 days and 9 nights and we will win. Have you ever wondered why in this time of Navratri, in the second Navratri, Have you ever wondered why in this time only Ram Leela is done? It's because for 9 days and 9 nights Devi was worshipped. And on the last day we have the Vijaya Dashami. And Ravana was killed because of worship to Devi Mata. Karate har kimo banavera lagate ho tab tapi sakadira ati ke soha kahata kare bhori languravera chalatal agavori Ramasya ka karate bhari सोत ही होई सकल तुम प्यारी राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय बोलो राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम ओ राम भगत पर भरे है हुभारी सुरस्वगटारी देवी सुनाई राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय बोलो राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय everybody बोलिए ओ मंगल भवन अमंगल हारे प्रभु सुदशरथ अजर विहारी राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम everybody loudly बोलिए राम सिया राम जय जय राम 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 सिया राम Jai Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Ram. क्या बात राम सिया राम अयोध्यापति राज रामचंद्र की जय. The saint dropped on his knees and he put his hands together and he says, Maya, as a humble servant today, I am begging you for the people of the world, perform a miracle. When we stand before God, when we sit before God, we are nothing else but a servant. Rama Bhakta, Rama Duta, and you will become powerful, just like Sri Hanumanji. If you think you're better in any way, then you've fallen already. When you're simple and you're humble, you will achieve the greatest things in the world. But when you let the ego get better of you, you are destroyed the minute you think about it. He started to beg, Maya, I am a servant to you, Ma. Please bring a miracle for the devotees' sake. And he prays to the mother. And while he's praying, he realizes that his prayers are not bringing fruits. He has asked for 1 month to keep the head of the horse and the horse's body. And he has 1 month. It is said 20 days have passed and he's praying and yet nothing happens. And he makes a promise to the mother. He says, Ma, after 25 days, if you do not manifest and give me a gift or a miracle, Ma, I give you my word and a promise that I will behead myself and I will offer my head at your feet. Because it is better to offer myself to you than to go back down in shame. I made a promise and I don't know if I can fulfill it without your blessing. He prayed for the other 5 days. And after 25 days, he sat down there and he says, Maya, I will do what I must. He sat down and he was about to cut his head and to offer it. And he decided now to pray one last time. The mantra we all know. Om Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadrakali Kapalani Durga Kshama Shivadatri Swaha Swadhanamostute. One more time, boliye pyari. Om Jayanti Bhadrakali. Now at the top of your voices, loudly at the top of your voices, Jagadamba Devi Mata ki. All together boliye. Om Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadrakali Kapalini Durga Kshama Shivadatri Swaha Swadha Namostute. And he was about to behead himself. And as he was about to cut out the head, at that very moment, Devi realizes that he will keep his word and his promise. And when you keep your word and your promise, when you say, I promise, I will pray to you, Ma. When you say, Maya, in Navratri, I will fast. When you say, Maya, I will try to sit before you and make an offering. When you have come tonight like you made a promise and you fulfill it, and you are here sitting at the feet of the mother will feel your heart. She will feel your love. She will feel your pain. She will feel your goodness. She will feel the negativity that has been imparted in your life. She will sift out all the negative things of your path. And she will allow you to go back home tonight cleansed, because a mother feels the pain of a child. And when you fulfill that promise, then the mother will reveal herself and she will come. It is that day that he decided to cut out his own head. And before he could do it, the mother decides to manifest in the light now. And out of the light, it is that a divine form of the Supreme Mother will come into the world. It will be the spot where all the gods will come to witness this energy. It is the most powerful part of the Shakti Pita. And the mother will come in the form of Jwalamukhi. She's called Jwalamukhi Devi. And she comes out manifesting. And she says, my child, you don't need to behead yourself. The horse will receive his head again. And the people will be granted the opportunity to come. But look at all the lights that you're seeing. They will represent Nau Durga and Adi Shakti. And let the world remember me today ज्वालामुखी देवी उमापति महादेव की। मुंदमालक परकर धारिणी ज्वालामुखी विकरालिनी रे। She's called Jwalamukhi. मुंदमालक परकर धारिणी ज्वालामुखी विकरालिनी रे। With love we sing. जय देवी महाकाली रे, जय देवी महाकाली रे, जय देवी महाकाली रे, जय देवी महा। हरी आदिशक्ति माँ जग की जननी रणचंदे महाकाली रे। जय देवी महाकाली रे, जय देवी महाकाली रे, जय देवी महाकाली रे, जय देवी महाकाली रे। विष्णु शिव स्वरूपिणी तू है माँ वरदायिनी रे, तू है माँ वरदायिनी रे। ब्रह्म विष्णु शिव स्वरूपिणी तू है माँ वरदायिनी रे, तू है माँ वरदायिनी रे। ब्रह्म विष्णु शिव स्वरूपिणी तू है माँ वरदायिनी रे। जय देवी जय देवी जय देवी महाकाली रे, जय देवी महाकाली रे। मुंदमालक परकर धारिणी ज्वालामुखी विकरालिनी रे, ज्वालामुखी विकरालिनी रे। मुंदमालक परकर धारिणी ज्वालामुखी विकरालिनी रे, ज्वालामुखी विकरालिनी रे। मुंदमालक परकर धारिणी ज्वालामुखी विकरालिनी रे। जय देवी महाकाली रे, जय देवी महाकाली रे, जय देवी महाकाली रे, जय देवी महाकाली रे। हारिणी दुशुंबकारिणी माँ शरणागत प्रतिपालिनी रे, शरणागत प्रतिपालिनी रे। दुःखहारिणी दुशुंबकारिणी माँ शरणागत प्रतिपालिनी रे, शरणागत प्रतिपालिनी रे। दुःखहारिणी दुशुंबकारिणी माँ शरणागत प्रतिपालिनी रे। जय देवी जय देवी जय देवी महाकाली रे, जय देवी महाकाली रे। आदिशक्ति माँ जग के जननी रणचंदे महाकाली रे। आदिशक्ति माँ जग के जननी रणचंदे महाकाली रे। जय देवी जय देवी जय देवी महाकाली रे, जय देवी महाकाली रे, जय देवी महाकाली रे, जय देवी Kali, Jai Ma 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 Kali. Jagadamba Mata ki jai. मुंदमालक परकर धारिणी ज्वालामुखी विकरालिनी रे Jwalamukhi. She was called Jwalamukhi Maya. It is said people of the world would have heard the name of Jwalamukhi Maya. That day when the saint received his darshan, he walked back down. And when he walked back down, to his surprise, it is said the Rajput was standing there and the horse was alive. He says, I can't understand. I don't know what you did. I can't understand. But I will find out who this Devi is. I will find out the power of this Devi. So he decided now to take his chariot and he will go all the way to the top. But he couldn't reach up to the top with the chariot. So as a king, he had the people of his kingdom make a special umbrella. It was made out of gold. A huge golden umbrella to protect him from the sun. And he would climb up to the point in which this cave was. And he would see the light. And the moment he saw the light, he says to his ministers and to the people around, is this light? It's a light, that's what it is? And he started to doubt in his mind. He pulled now the golden umbrella that he had. And he was about to walk closer. And for whatever reason, nobody could understand. The umbrella became so heavy. He couldn't hold it anymore. So he threw it to the side. And as soon as the umbrella fell to the side, from a huge golden umbrella, it just transformed into a huge stone, a huge rock. It is said a rock of material that nobody could understand, changing from gold in front of his very eyes and looking like a piece of nothing. A stone that stands there. And immediately he drops on his knees and he says, oh, this must be some powerful space. Before any more trouble would come to his life, he paid a pranams and he says, whatever form you're in this light, maaf kar do na, please forgive me. And he turned around and he walked down the Parvat. Till this day, if you go there, you will see the Bhairava Mandir. You will see the Mandir of Jwalamukhi Maya. You will see a Hanumanji Murti. And next to the Mandir, you will see a huge big rock. And nobody knows what kind of rock this is. But people offer flowers at the base of this rock, only to represent the devotion of the power of the Divine Mother that allowed gold to turn to nothing. The wealth that we have, it means nothing to Devi. All the fancies that we have in the world, we will enjoy, no problem, it's good to enjoy. But do not be egoistic of what you have, because for the mother, it means nothing. All the gold we have, all the wealth we have is as good as a piece of rock in the eyes of the mother. Dress beautifully and pray to Devi Mata. But remember, when you sit before her and you pray, you're just a child praying, and nothing you have on means anything to you, because we are all equal in the eyes of God. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki! This is where we end our beautiful message on this divine night. As we end our message, we're about to join in our arti. But before we join in the arti, let me invite Sanjay to come and just give us a few words. As we would like to just enlighten our devotees of the village and the community of a few things that will be happening. We are very near to Deepavali and Diwali.
Sitaram, everybody. It's just an announcement to make. community, everyone who donate any kind of funds, their time, their talent, their treasure. Um, we is on behalf of every single one who donate any single thing. Please accept it from our behalf. As a sit down.
So after those wonderful words, let us all stand now for beautiful arti. सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वतवासिनी तेरा पार न पाया तेरा पार न पाया हर मंगल की सेवा सुनो मेरी देवा हाथ जोड़ तेरे द्वार तेरे सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वतवासिनी सुपारे ध्वजा नारियल पान सुपारे ध्वजा नारियल पान सुपारे ध्वजा नारियल ये तेरे बेट चराया ये तेरे बेट चराया मंगल की सेवा सुन मेरी देवा हाथ जोड़ तेरे द्वार तेरे सुन मेरी देवी पर्वतवासिनी चोल तेरे अंग विराजे सुबह चोल तेरे अंग विराजे सुबह चोल तेरे अंग विराजे केसर तिलक लगाया केसर तिलक लगाया मंगल की सेवा सुनो मेरी देवा हाथ जोड़ तेरे द्वार तेरे सुन मेरी देवी पर्वतवासिनी ब्रह्मावेर परे तेरे द्वारे ब्रह्मावे परे तेरे द्वारे ब्रह्मावेर परे तेरे द्वारे शंकर ध्यान लगाया शंकर ध्यान लगाया मंगल की सेवा सुनो मेरी देवा हाथ जोड़ तेरे द्वार तेरे सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वतवासिनी नंगे पग तेरे आगे आया नंगे पग तेरे आगे आया नंगे पग तेरे आगे आया सोने का छत्र चराया सोने का छत्र चराया मंगल की सेवा सुनो मेरी देवा हाथ जोड़ तेरे द्वार तेरे सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वतवासिनी धूप दीप नैवेद्य आरती धूप दीप नैवेद्य आरती धूप दीप नैवेद्य आरती मोहन भोग लगाया मोहन भोग लगाया मंगल की सेवा सुनो मेरी देवा हाथ जोड़ तेरे द्वार तेरे सुन मेरी देवी पर्वतवासिनी धानु भगतमय तेरे गुण गाये धानु भगतमय धानु भगतमय तेरे गुण गाय मनवांचित फल पाया मनवांचित फल पाया मंगल की सेवा सुनो मेरी देवा हाथ जोड़ तेरे द्वार तेरे सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वतवासिनी कबलू के हमरे कबरिया हो बजरंग बली, कबलू के हमरे कबरिया हो बजरंग बली, बजरंग बली, बजरंग बली, बजरंग बली, बजरंग बली, बजरंग बली, बजरंग। कबलू के हमरे कबरिया हो बजरंग बली, कबलू के हमरे कबरिया हो बजरंग बली। कलियो के कपल पीछा न छोरे, पीछा न छोरे रामा पीछा न छोरे। कलियो के कपल पीछा न छोरे, पीछा न छोरे रामा पीछा न छोरे। पग पग पाप, पग पग पाप की गठरिया हो, पग पग पाप की गठरिया हो बजरंग बली। कबलू के हमरे कबरिया हो बजरंग बली। कवि दिनेश्वर चरण परत है, चरण परत तोरे चरण परत है। कवि दिनेश्वर चरण परत है, चरण परत तोरे चरण परत है। परचुन राम की नगरिया हो, परचुन राम की नगरिया हो बजरंग बली। कबलू के हमरे कबरिया हो। जय 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 हनुमान, 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 जय 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 हनुमान। हनुमान 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 त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की, उमापति महादेव की, जगदम्बा माता की, सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। जय जय सीताराम। Fasten लीजिए, let us all take our seats. As we take our seats and as we conclude our beautiful night, we'd like to take this opportunity to call upon one of the members of the Mandir who will give us a vote of thanks. We also do have a wonderful dance by Elise. Let me invite our dancer to come to the front at this time as well.